Wow, Captain Marvel even sucked when it was a guy.
Aren't you supposed to be creating epic content?
Damn it!
Yeah, you guys are gonna hate me. And we have a CZ P10, the Glock Killer. Dun dun dun. Alright, what we got? We got 2 mags. We've got back straps. Oh, look at that. Cleaning brush and a cleaning rod. Never seen that before. And we've got a trigger lock and a plastic box. Straight out of the box, it feels like I'm holding a stapler. Yep, nope, they're almost exactly the same. Not super impressed with picking it up. It is, I maybe check people's hands are made differently, but not a fan. The reset is very positive, and it's not crazy long. The reset's pretty good. The reset's better than some things. The trigger pull, ew, what's happening there? It's sloppier than the Glock, but it's similar to a Glock trigger. There's a whole lot of mush to a wall, and then it cracked. What we got going on inside? Well, that's because it looks like it's using a Glock trigger spring. Dun dun dun. Not saying it has a Glock trigger spring in it, but it looks very similar to a trigger spring in a Glock. Calm down, CZ people. That is incredibly over-designed. Why does that do that? Well, that's interesting. There's no groove for the slide stop lever. Oh, wow. So the slide release is actually a very large piece of steel that catches the breech face. That's interesting. You guys can see what I'm talking about there. I don't know if you can or not. That actually grabs a hold to the face of the breech. That's interesting. As far as the actual fire group, it doesn't appear to be anything any different than what we've seen before. I do see tiny little springs inside. Whoa. I see tiny little firing pin, tiny little springs in the firing pin that are never something that I like to see. Also not entirely certain how that functions. Yeah, that's an exposed tiny spring. If that wears and breaks or gives out, you basically know. Yeah, that's, you no longer have a drop safe gun. So that's not great. Back where that goes. That's it's the CZ P10 F. So let's get it out on the range and see if it can redeem itself from the tabletop. You guys hang on. Alright guys, we're going to check out the CZ P10 F. I'm Not a huge CZ fan, you could probably tell. But we're going to give it a fair review and see how it does with basic range stuff. Not going to do a crazy torture test. We're not going to do anything ridiculous that would handicap the weapon. And if it does the job, then it does the job. So you guys stick around. All right. Now this weapon has been it's been advertised as a Glock killer on the internet, so it seemed only fair that the first test, the accuracy test, we pitted against a Glock 19X. That's a mostly Gen 5 gun with the Glock Marksman barrel. These are offhand shots, nothing supported, at about 5 yards. So let's see how it does. Now with the CZ P10 F, I was pleasantly shocked. What I'm assuming is a more traditional style of rifling. We got a very nice shot group out of 5 rounds compared to what we got on the Glock. So good job, CZ. You impressed me in accuracy. Now let's see how they run. Alright guys, the CZ P10 F performed very well. It is the accuracy was spot on. Accuracy was definitely impressive. The weapon itself, I don't like the way it feels. It feels like I'm holding a toy. It doesn't have a, I don't know how to describe it. I don't particularly care for the way it feels. It has a very aggressive texturing. Like I almost wish I'd been shooting with gloves today, but it's very aggressive. The sights are fine. It is very difficult to utilize the slide release, which is it's not a deal breaker for me. I tend to overhand the slide into battery anyway, but the slide release is very, very difficult to get to release. Maybe that breaks in. I don't know, but
in all fairness, it was an issue. Yeah, it's worth taking a look at if you're in the market for something polymer frame striker fired, particularly if it accepts an RMR style optic. Check out the CZ P10. Thanks for watching, and check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and our new podcast, Covering Fire, which you can find on Anchor FM, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. We're on like 8 different platforms. So check us out, and thanks for watching. God, what a pain in the ass.